I think I'm recording right now,
Alright,
so
time to make weird noises.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy ChasmRift here, and today we got the Press Start Podcast week number 13. And this is a special episode because I'm actually with Big A this week.
Yeah, guys, coming in live from Big A's crib.
Yeah, guys. Before we get started in week 13's episode, I actually want to make a PSA, public service announcement to everyone in Chicago. Pokemon Go Fest is coming up this year. It's back in Chicago, July 14th through the 15th. You guys should all come out there because it's going to be at Lincoln Park. Whether we all play Pokemon Go or you don't, we can all hang out there, meet people from around the world, and then we go to Lincoln Park Zoo. So that'll be a really fun way to have everyone catch up with each other if we don't see each other at all. Don't you agree, Big A?
Yeah, definitely. Like, what a prime opportunity and such a cool hangout spot, too. So, yeah, guys, you know who to hit up, and yeah, hopefully you make it out there.
Yeah, all right. Our question of the day. You want to go for it, Big A?
Alright, so our question of the day has to do with some of our articles here. It's, does the 3DS have any life left? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that'll actually be our second topic of the day because first things first, as of May 9th, the Dragon Ball FighterZ Balance Patch just came out along with another set of big updates. This article comes from GameSpot.com. It's talking about how Dragon Ball FighterZ is going to be adding a party battle and Fighters Cup in a big update. Basically, what this is if you're playing with people in your Z Union, which is basically you choosing your favorite character and you get rewards for it, you guys actually participate in battling bosses with two other friends. So any of you out there who play fighters, you know who to link up with. And also, there's just other ways you can interact with each other. You got any input you want to put on this for Big A?
Yeah, man, this is definitely sort of like clan mentality. If you guys have played, any other game that has a clan, pretty much. So it's a monthly thing. So for the Fighter Z Cup, and then also for the party battle, like you just mentioned, it's 3 players. So yourself and 2 other friends, you fight the bosses, and that's pretty cool. Otherwise, besides those 2 things, there's other updates that they have.
Yeah, I mean, with these updates that are coming out, there's a ton of stuff, such as, bro, you trying to make me read? I can't read. Yes, I know about the updates that happened to the characters in this patch. Basically, for those who are playing fighters or who didn't keep up with the balance patch, they buffed and nerfed some characters, such as Krillin. He'll always throw a rock with an assist unless you press back on the D-pad. When you call him in for an assist, he'll throw a sensu bean instead. Characters like Vegeta, for example, is on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give you a 3. If you use that move now, it's easier to land. I actually landed that like an hour ago before you picked me up for this podcast. Characters they didn't really mention is Super Saiyan Vegeta, because his assist, the strongest in the game, it's been nerfed so that if you're hit by it, the duration doesn't last longer. Because in theory, you could hit somebody with it, just casually walk up to them, and then use a level 3 super. Now you kind of got to speed up to attack them. Gohan has been nerfed. Android 16 was nerfed to oblivion. And Piccolo surprisingly got nerfed. Do you know what that nerf was?
I have no idea.
Okay, for any of you out there wondering why the hell is Piccolo getting nerfed, apparently his assist, if used properly, his little ball that he'll throw at people, it can actually go behind the opponent, and that can lead to some cross-up potential. And what a cross-up is like, let's say you're playing a game and someone's blocking in front of you. A cross-up is if you do attack behind them. It's like maybe you jump over them and then you attack them from behind, or you send an attack at them from behind, kind of like Goku Black with Zamasu, how you hold the opponent down and then they get blasted. That's a cross-up, technically. So, yeah, some nerfs and some buffs happened. Are you happy some of these characters got buffed or nerfed, or do you wish other people got hit by this?
I feel like the list that they included was pretty solid. I don't understand, though, for Piccolo. Like, in my opinion, he didn't seem one of the top tier characters. But there was definitely some, I guess, scumbaggery, you can call it, that was potential to have happened. But I don't know.
I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that was a bug, kind of like how Raccoon literally breaks fighters. There was a bug where if Raccoon uses the eraser gun, and while you call them out of the Ginyu, you can actually, in theory, like, infinite combo somebody. Because with the eraser gun, if you play in training mode, like the little stun time thing with the little orange bar, like that gets nullified. So instead of the stun time increasing to give you a chance to recover, it's disappeared, and you can just keep comboing somebody. I mean, there's a bug like that in the game. I wish they would have nerfed Cell or Goku Black. Yes, if you're a Goku Black player, I wish they would have nerfed you guys because y'all don't need to win all these tournaments.
Hey, you use him sometimes.
Yeah, I do on my new team, and I feel bad for it because you've seen what the new team can do.
Yeah, that's true. He's very good. And just like you said, a lot of these bug fixes were, as they call them, situational. Because certain moves against certain characters But they had to fix him. Otherwise, I don't believe we mentioned Beerus. The down medium attack recovery was reduced, so I guess they boosted him. And yeah, I'm still waiting for that Fuse Zamasu Vegito Blue DLC.
Honestly, they said the update's supposed to come out the same day they dropped, but apparently they moved on ahead without it. I understand why they nerfed Gohan. I really wish they didn't do it, but oh yeah, they also nerfed Kid Buu. They didn't really talk about that in this article. With Kid Buu, if he uses level 1 super, the beating his chest in the air and then he rolled out attack you, like my favorite move in the game is. If you use that, it now damage skills. So if you want to use like his level 3 super later on in the match, for example, instead of it taking away half your health, it may take away 35 to 40%. So there's a nerf to that as well. I wish they nerfed Cell because, let's be honest, Cell's too good in the game. People want a Goku Black nerf. People wanted a buff to people like Nappa. We didn't get any of that, but I mean, updates happen over time, so we can't be too mad.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm just kind of upset because for all those people with them Zamasu fetishes, they have to wait a couple more weeks until this comes out.
Boy. I mean, let's be honest though. Like the best character in this game is Kid Buu. We all know Krillin and like Vegeta Blue are like the best. Hey man, Kid Buu is like top tier compared to everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. You want me to take over the next topic?
Hell yeah. This is gonna be linking back to our question today, everybody.
All right, cool. So this one is about the 3DS and Switch potentially from Nintendo Life. So Kimishima, the current president of Nintendo, which is due to be replaced in a month.
R.I.P. to that job.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. He says that unless the Switch becomes just like the handheld 3DS is like one for every person console, then no, they can coexist. Because the 3DS has pretty good price margin, pretty good games, and he says that he expects this growth of sales in the coming years. So I don't know. I mean, that's what he said. I don't feel that's very true. What do you think?
Honestly, I'd say this is kind of BS. This reminds me of what Phil Spencer said when the Xbox One X was coming out right after the S. Like, people were asking him, like, yeah, if someone wanted to buy a new Xbox console, would they rather buy the S or the X? And he told people, definitely buy the S over the X because, yeah, it is. Because, like, of XYZ reasons, and it was like, bruh, that was kind of BS. And the reason I say that because they wanted to make sure the sales of the S went up back at that time, and it seemed like they're trying to continue the 3DS right now. Because in this article, he said that, oh, yeah, the Switch is at a price point that parents want to buy a second one for their kids. And I'm like, wait, when the 3DS first dropped, it cost over $300. I remember this because my brother bought it for me when I turned 12, 13. And yeah, he bought me the original 3DS for $300. So if he was able to buy me that, and they thought it was a good price point for kids to get handheld with, the $250 Switch, it's not out the craziness for a parent to buy two for their kids, So that's my take on it. I smell the BS, and I'm kind of allergic to it. That's why I brought my medication.
And that's why I was kind of hesitant at the beginning of this article. That is a lot of BS right there, guys. The Switch has become way too mainstream, and especially that there's a docked and undocked. Like, I don't see any reason why people wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, think about it like this. If you wanted to buy, for $500, you can either buy the original Xbox One with the Kinect that has no support for it whatsoever, or you could buy two Nintendo Switches for little Timmy and Billy. Which one do you think parents are going to buy?
Yeah, definitely the latter option.
Yep. Wait, that would be the former, because ladder is the first.
Wait. The Switch option.
Yeah,
right.
So that'd be the former.
Okay, you're right. Never mind.
I can't believe we're actually having an English discussion right now.
No, the latter would be the furthest, and I got it.
Yeah. I mean, like, this whole article is so convoluted. Like, I'm glad they're saying they're keeping this up, because I remember the Nintendo DS, it was like a few sales away from eclipsing the PS2 for a worldwide sales like margin of all time, and they discontinued it. It was like, wait, one more year and y'all would have beat the PS2. What y'all doing? It seemed like this time around they're like, wait, the 3DS has a good line, it has good support, people love it, we should keep it going. But honestly, I think they're gonna be dragging it out too long because they already admit that the next main series Pokemon game won't be on the 3DS.
Yeah, man, that's especially gonna kill it. So I don't understand why they try to drag it out that long.
Yeah, and then with like Mario Kart being on the Switch as opposed to just on the 3DS and Wii U, Smash Bros. Is gonna be coming on the Switch, so literally any game you got on the 3DS or Wii U is gonna be eclipsed on the Switch eventually.
It's like, good job. It's had such a great run. You guys, double teamed the Wii U. And, I mean, nothing against it, but the Switch is taking over. You should take this next topic.
Yeah, this next article is actually really interesting. This is by Polygon, so I can't really say take this with a grain of salt because this is kind of factual right here. It's Nintendo eShop. It's bringing updates and it's bringing back some of the old favorites. That's what the article is titled. And with this one, they're talking about a game called Death Road to Canada and how it had a small fan base on Steam that actually was growing. This game will be coming out on the Switch soon. And the reason the game had original release date that was taken back at around, I want to say April or March. And the issue was there was actually a mass murder happened in Toronto. So a game called Death Road to Canada would be a really bad time to have it come out. So they pushed the release date for that game, and now it's going to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PS4 May 8th, along with a 20% launch discount. Along with that, they also got Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Shantae, and a list of other games. Based on this list you see right here, Big A, are there any games you're actually looking forward to?
Honestly, I actually put this on my little notes here, personal favorites. None, lol.
Wow.
I just don't see me playing any of these. Although Donkey Kong I've definitely played before. But yeah, for Death Road to Canada, just bad timing. There's not much you can do
they really
about
can't.
that.
It's not like they contacted the murderer and
No,
said, "Yeah, man."
I got you. It's just that what happened was real tragic, and the way it affected it was just wrong place, wrong time sort of thing.
I realize, for me personally, I feel like I know how development works for games. Like, it's not like a 2-day cycle, unless you're Five Nights at Freddy's, because they released 3 games in 1 year. Or was it 4? I don't even remember. But like a game like this, it takes months to maybe years to develop, and it takes tons of money to make it. So it's like, I don't blame them for wanting to still release the game, especially since this is the most worst case scenario that could ever happen for them. I don't think that should deter them from canceling a project they already put blood, sweat, and tears into. They all gotta feed their family at the end of the day. So, I say go for it releasing the game, but I don't know how well it's gonna proceed to the public. But it already has a following, so hopefully it works out well for them.
No, yeah, definitely not. I definitely agree with their moves. Expand if the fan base likes it. Cool, go ahead and do it. I hope this doesn't deter them in the long run.
I hope so. It doesn't either. I'm looking forward to the Naruto Shippuden Ultra Ninja Storm trilogy on the Switch. I want to buy Legacy for the Xbox One, but if I get a Switch, I'll probably need a decent library for the Switch. So maybe there'll be some what's it called, clone buying for my games. But oh well.
Yeah, if you like them that much, right?
I don't really play 3D map fighting games because they're a bunch of them trash. Call of Xenoverse compared to fighters. But speaking of sales, we can move on to the next article, and this one is by Investopedia. We actually got a big analytical article, something we never seen on this channel before. This is about the Xbox One sales are up 15% this year.
Yeah, for real though, when I seen this article, I was like, damn, is this dude investing in stocks or something? The fuck? But yeah, super cool article, guys. It says, just as you mentioned, 15% up in sales compared to this time last year. And that at E3, the CMO of Microsoft said they have a record number of players, a record number of, levels and all that. So that's pretty cool, guys.
Yeah, it's funny because the next article we got is going to be segueing into this, but if 50% in sales is really important to me, not because I care about console wars, but it's about longevity in the future. I had a discussion with a couple of our friends in the past, shout out to you, Reaper, about if a company messed up badly, would they be able to rebound? And the question is yes. Microsoft is a juggernaut company. It's one of the biggest in the world. Sony is one of the biggest home media entertaining companies in the world, and then there's Nintendo. They're sitting on a gold mine of money already from their past endeavors in gaming. They can all mess up. I lost the Wii U. I lost the Xbox One terrible E3 presentation that led to a terrible launch. And you know what? They're rebounding back. So to see sales go up compared to last year speaks volumes to the business decisions that both Microsoft made and Nintendo has made over the past couple years.
And definitely, and that's why I really enjoy that, open-minded mindset, because look at all the stuff that they're doing for the community. And it shows in the numbers. Some more stats that I got here is 130% more live players, Xbox Live players, 600,000 new friends, so people are actually going out their way, finding their people online, and a total of 1.2 million new clubs.
Yeah, we're part of those statistics. I think we're part of those statistics, like
Oh, yeah,
600,000 new
definitely.
friends.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely been adding more friends. I've had Xbox Live forever. I keep purchasing it every month
Same.
with that, automatic subscription stuff. And segueing into the next article, I guess tremendous success with Fortnite, and then other games like Far Cry 5 and Sea of Thieves, which is kind of surprising. But let's talk about Fortnite.
Yeah, basically this article by, it's funny, by Dexerto.
Dexter.
I can't, boy. Basically this article is about Sony is contributing their sales along with Xbox Live contributing their sales to Fortnite mostly for their increase in Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus memberships. In this article, Sony reported that 29.5% signups have increased for their PlayStation Plus subscription, and Microsoft increased by 14%, 14 to 15% as reference to the last article. And they both said that there was 18% and more revenue coming in for them. Sony credits their success to Fortnite, even though you'll need PlayStation Plus to play Fortnite. But they also said something really retarded. They said that they think PUBG helped the Xbox with their sales. Do you know anyone who plays PUBG on the Xbox?
I mean, the numbers are super low compared to Fortnite for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's not reasonable at all.
No. But
Fortnite has made hella money, bro, and I'm glad for it because they're obviously contributing to everybody. I think the numbers were like $223 million and then another $100 million the past month. So yeah, good for them and good for the community.
I mean, it just shows that like the gaming landscape has been changing lately. We're starting to see like DBFZ take over the fighting game scene because it's going to be number one at EVO right now. Like, so shout out to everybody who's going to be playing DBFZ in Vegas this year. We'll be seeing y'all next year. The fact that Fortnite, this is the first time an actual free-to-game play has taken the role of number one in the world for Sony and Microsoft on their games chart. And it's just interesting because now we're going to be seeing this free-to-play model taking over for a while. Because it's like, hey, for a free game, not only can more people access to it, but if people wanted to spend like $5 or $10 into the game, and then every season got the season pass, that's gonna generate more revenue than just having people pay $60 and then tell them, hey, for the extra $15 you get a season pass. I mean, it seems like financially it's working out really well for the Fortnite group, especially after the Drake and Ninja stream.
Yeah, that's true. They just goes to show you, if they could do it, they will do it. They're obviously spending their money.
I mean, now it's interesting because like in this article talk about like League of Legends and other free games that are on Steam and how they've been taken over. Because like League, Dota, CS:GO, Fortnite, those are like four of the biggest games you'll find on Twitch right now, for example. And two of those games are free for sure. I don't know about Dota. I really don't check Dota that much.
I believe it's free.
All right, make that 3. And you see how popular those games are. Like, it's not people just hopping onto it because it's a free game. It's because these games are really good and popular. So shout out to these guys. Maybe this will change the landscape of gaming in the future. As Big A's over here taking notes, I think he broke.
My bad. I'll take over the next article.
Go for it.
So from VG 24/7, we got an Overwatch Black Ops article. So pretty much they're just listing achievements and whatever statistics over here. Overwatch, I guess we can do first. Whole lot of more participation and more league participation. So again, as we see more money being poured into Xbox and PS4, we see more people growing. Black Ops and COD news, which is probably the main reason we did this article.
I mean, I thought it was interesting seeing like the earnings call for Blizzard, but yeah, this article is talking about how basically World War II, their launch date, had the highest player count per launch comparable. I mean, second to only Black Ops 3, and they're hoping that they can actually meet this quota in the future. because Black Ops series has brought in over 200 million players and had over 15 billion hours played. I don't know why they call this a sub-franchise, because Call of Duty is all one entity in my eyes. But it's interesting because they're hoping that they can regenerate the same popularity and growing fan base when it comes to BO4. With a bunch of rumors and articles coming out lately about BO4 being multiplayer only, battle royales in that game, stuff like that. I don't know exactly how the public is going to generate their perception of it, because Activision and both Treyarch came out and debunked some of those rumors. But what are your take on the future for Black Ops 4? Do you think it's going to sell well, or you think Infinite Warfare and World War II kind of hurt its future?
I definitely think it's going to sell well. They even mentioned in the article, it's sort of like herding people back into the Call of Duty lifestyle. It's definitely been popular in the past, and looking at these new numbers, I don't think it's going to stop.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's weird because like the article's getting so much traffic about like how they originally had a multiplayer mode that was similar to Overwatch, and how like you choose like a certain character and then you can play like that style as opposed to like free customization. And this article gained so much traction that Treyarch had to come out on Twitter and like purposely kind of debunk it, and they had to like just give out articles telling people, hey, this ain't true, don't believe this, here go screenshots of the perks you can get in the game and things like that, to kind of confirm to people that this is free customization, like free reign. Like that's my issue with World War II at first. Like if you wanted to use a suppressor in your gun, you had to use the airborne division. Let's say you want to use a rifle and you want a suppressor. No, you couldn't do that until this most recent update. To see that they're allowing us to use free customization, good job, Black Ops. Good job, Treyarch. You're doing right. Hopefully you guys don't put in Battle Royale mode, because it won't last long. I just gotta say that.
That's gonna be a doozy if they put that in there.
I mean, to be fair, they already had the OG Battle Royale mode. It's called playing free for all in multiplayer. That's dead ass free for all in Battle Royale.
To have the separate mode though, and completely replacing campaign, and the fact that they've already said that there'll be no campaign.
I mean, they didn't say it themselves. It was like a rumor at first.
All right.
People at first it sounded like they said it, but I don't know, because like the rumor that came out was that like, oh yeah, they don't have a campaign because they're spending so much time on multiplayer that they needed the extra time. It looks like there may be no campaign because we heard no information about it. I mean, the reveal for it comes out on the 15th, I believe, so we'll get more details. If there's no campaign, I'm fine with it personally because I only play multiplayer now. But I want a campaign because, as I was talking to Reaper about this the other weekend, I won't support the campaign, but a campaign's what keep people interested in the game. You know, if you play the campaign, then you gave the game more longevity. If it's just multiplayer and you get sick of the multiplayer, it's like, well, why do I own this game? You know, like if I got sick of playing multiplayer in World War II, I could play zombies. Or let's say someone got sick of multiplayer and zombies. Maybe they want to play a campaign, or they want to have like a special ops. If you got none of that, then the fan base will quickly leave immediately.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I would support the campaign. I just thought the World War II one was super cool. That's why. But in other news, also in this article, so there's more World of Warcraft engagement. So just more statistics, guys. Pre-orders are ahead of plan for them. And then Destiny 2 expansions in June, so at the E3 reveal. Otherwise, yeah, everything else is about Black Ops and Overwatch.
I mean, credit to World of Warcraft. I remember that game been out since before I was even born, and it's still going strong. I always wanted to hop into Warcraft, but I don't think I can commit to the grind it takes to get good. Hearing about E3 though, I'm actually excited for E3 this year, because we're going to be seeing a bunch of new games there. Will we see a Pokemon game? We most likely will not. But for the Pokemon community out there, I wish you guys the best of luck, because I know you guys will still complain whether there is a game shown at E3 or not. Anything else out there? Rumor has it MK11 will be coming out, and I am looking forward to a Mortal Kombat game. Same for Gears of War, because there's a rumor leak that Gears will be doing something at E3 this year.
Damn, MK11's already coming out?
I mean, to be fair, MKX came out when I was a sophomore in high school. I'm now technically a sophomore in college, so it's been about 4 years.
Huh. Wow. Okay, that's something to look into, guys.
So yeah, I mean, the future is looking bright, everybody. I guess it's gonna be a fun time. When MKXI come out, or MK11, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna be trying my best to get good at it, so I could play well on day one, and then get completely mollywopped 2 days later when all the good players are actually weeded out.
That's so true. That means I definitely bought MKX way after it was first coming out.
I mean, the fact that you got it when it was like $20 ish shows that like the game wasn't going. I mean, the game was on its way out the door. I mean, MKX is still gonna be fun. I just hope that MK11 they keep my boy Aaron Black in the game.
Just cause.
I mean, there's totally no biases to that character, but you know, if y'all want to put him in MK11, I'm all for it. You know, I'll probably play it at Evo next year. Evo registrations are actually free to people; they're open. So when we're all going to Evo next year, yeah, guys, pack your bags. You know who I'm talking to. We can play those games. We might lose, but it'll be a great learning experience for the future.
So,
boy.
All right, that
stop.
pretty much concludes this episode.
Yeah, guys. This is a really short episode. I'm actually debating on uploading this Monday because tomorrow for us and today, I guess for you guys. All right, May 13th is Mother's Day, and I doubt people are gonna be watching this video on Mother's Day. So I'm debating on uploading this on a Monday.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'm back in Chicago. I will be making an update video about that because we'll be talking about YouTube and Twitch streaming and just uploads. If you guys are new here, be sure to leave a like down below. Article links are also down in there. And I want to thank Big A for letting me come out to his place and to record with him.
No problem, man.
Yeah, guys. And we're going to get out of here. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. We're just uploaded on the 13th or the 14th. We love our mothers. If they aren't here, then we aren't here. So, yeah, that's kind of how it worked. I mean, got anything you want to say, Big A?
Yeah, guys, go out there and appreciate your moms and make them watch our podcast.
Boy.
All right, now you guys have a nice Mother's Day.
All right, see you guys. Gates for open. I guess I gotta close them. You should definitely move that slot machine. You should.
Oh, you want me to do it? All right, ready?
Yep.
Wait. Hey!
God damn. Now we're out of here. Bye.